Blog Talk Radio.
Don't touch me. I'll beat your brains out.
You believe in miracles?
I mean, you can take a knee and try a 56-yard field goal. This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
Let's get ready to rumble. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Nifty. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Come on, crazy. Down, going crazy.
I think that the NFL knows what Randy Moss has done with marijuana, and I think the NFL knows what Randy Moss does with marijuana.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Good morning, and thank you for joining me.
Playoffs? You kidding me?
Top of the morning, everybody. Those of you already on Facebook Live, good morning.
And thank you for joining me.
The rest of you listening around the world on Blog Talk Radio, welcome. Oh, that's what's going on. I'm like, what the hell? Why am I getting this feedback? I'm just trying to... I'm telling you, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little disheveled because Apple is shit. I'm telling you right now that, by the way... Oh, gee, I hope you're having a great time in Spain. Love you to death, bud. Thanks for joining in. What time is it over in Madrid right now? Like 3 or 4, something like that? You like them? You like these? Oh, my God. The intro's already jacked. I cannot charge my iPad, and I don't know why. The cable, whatever it is. Apple is shit. And I know this is not an endorsement. I'm not going to be getting any calls from Apple wanting to endorse my show, but I don't care. I've had problems with this piece of shit iPad since the day I bought it. Such a worthless pile of crap. Apple product is terrible. I just got my MacBook Pro, $2,500 MacBook Pro. I got as part of my college tuition, so they send it to me, and it's terrible. It's terrible. Everything about it sucks. I have a PC laptop that's great. I love it to death. For whatever reason, I can't figure out the camera, why it's not connecting right now. Do you see what I'm going through right now this morning? I'm telling you, I'm just like, I am so beside myself. Anyway, this is Tough Love. I am Alistair, coming to you live, as usual, from Hollywood, California, Los Angeles proper. Again, top of the morning. Those of you on Facebook Live are enjoying my different hats that I get to wear. I think it's funny. I love it. But let's get right to it. Obviously, now I only have 26 minutes left, something like that. Thank you, G. I hope you will fix it for me when you get back. I may as well bring up what I want to talk about on this. And I'm telling you right now, if anybody calls in to the show, I'm just being honest with you, I'm probably not going to see it, and that's that. So I'm bringing up my notes. This is all, if you could see what I have in front of me, I'm going to just show you. So this is the setup, and the computer works, but that iPad up there, that piece of crap iPad, doesn't work. And so... it is what it is. So anyway, obviously, NBA free agency started last night at 11:59 Eastern time. It's hot and heavy right now. The biggest names, obviously, Kevin Durant, which we all knew what was going to happen because he said what he was going to do, and he signed with Golden State. A 1-1, which is interesting. I don't know if it's Golden State friendly, so therefore they can, play around and get more people on that team. I did see something. How funny is this? Chad, top of the morning. I saw something about Dwight Howard possibly going there. Although Ariza went to Phoenix, which is interesting. Phoenix, I'm telling you, I'm not saying they're winning a championship, but they are on the up and up. Getting DeAndre Ayton in the draft, getting Mikal Bridges in a trade from Philadelphia, already having Devin Booker, who's a legitimate scorer as long as he can stay healthy, Josh Jackson, their first-round pick from last year, and now adding Trevor Ariza, some veteran presence who's still pretty legit. I think Phoenix, obviously, is going to do pretty well in the near future. I'm pumping iron. In the near future. I'm not saying next year, but I'm saying they've got a good future ahead of them. And I think Trevor Ariza saw that, and he signed with Phoenix, got out of Houston, which is interesting because Chris Paul just re-signed a massive contract. So that's one domino down for Houston. James Harden is there. They obviously almost got to the Western, or almost to the finals. You know, they were up 3-2 on Golden State. Chris Paul gets hurt. And now Trevor Ariza's gone. Clint Capella is possibly going to be gone if somebody signs him to an offer sheet that Houston doesn't want to match or can't match. So all these dominoes are falling, right? Durant, Paul, Ariza, Paul George, shockingly, signs with Oklahoma City, re-signs with Oklahoma City. Shocking in my opinion, only because he's from Los Angeles. He's a free agent. And I just don't understand. I've been to Oklahoma City, so I can shit on it. Oklahoma City is very industrial. It's very, boring. It doesn't feel like it would be a place for somebody who grew up in Los Angeles to go to Oklahoma City and enjoy. Russell Westbrook, for that matter, too. Sam Presti, whatever. The GM for Oklahoma City is arguably the best GM possibly out there. Obviously, Morley for Houston is right up there, and so on and so forth. But to have Presti convince Russell Westbrook and Paul George to sign deals to stay in Oklahoma City, it's unbelievable. Two guys from Los Angeles go to Oklahoma City, which is, I'm sorry, it's a dump. And I'm telling you right now, there's not many places else on the planet that if you've got a lot of money, if you're a millionaire, if you're a professional athlete and a high profile one, and don't get me wrong, I know not everybody likes the limelight, but there's not many places that are better to be a rich person than Los Angeles. It's sunny all the time, weather's great, the beaches, the mountains, the women, the beautiful people, the things to do. It would be a dream. And you're playing for an iconic franchise. That's the other thing. It's not like you're going somewhere with all this stuff and it's, say, the Clippers. And nothing against the Clippers, but the Lakers, Magic, and Kareem and Worthy, Kobe, Shaq, the franchise itself, Wilt. I don't know. What? And keep in mind this, too. Paul George electing to stay with OKC. What exactly does that say? Does he truly believe that they can win a title with Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams? I saw something on ESPN or somewhere saying Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Steven Adams is a good nucleus to build by. Really? I don't feel that. I don't think that's a good enough threesome to compete or build around. I think Russell Westbrook, albeit the guy is incredible to watch, I don't see Russell Westbrook being the guy to want to build around. He is proven already. James Harden you messed up on. You let him go. You traded him. That's a mistake. And you kept Russell. you let Kevin Durant go, and you keep Russell Westbrook. What is the obvious in those two transactions right there? And on top of that, what's the obvious in Russell bowing out? And granted, Roberson got hurt last year, but they still got beat by Utah Jazz, who's a good team, in the first round. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Steven Adams, I could argue that they might not make the playoffs next year, set up as is the way they are right now. The Timberwolves could play with these guys. And I'm nothing against the Timberwolves, they're not bad. Phoenix might be able to play with these guys. But they're not going to beat Houston. They're definitely not going to beat Golden State. So I question Paul George's motive. And on top of that, I heard something about he signed a 3-year deal, +1, which makes him 31 years old. Apparently at 30, it's a magical age in the NBA because whatever the case is contract-wise, and it would have made more sense for him to sign a 2+1. Therefore, he could have opted out after 2 and made more money, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It is a surprise. I don't get Paul George wanting to... Think about this. Play with Russell Westbrook instead of going to Los Angeles, the Lakers, and possibly playing with LeBron James. I don't know. I think about it. It's LeBron, as much as I, shit on him for losing all these championships, at least he gets there. That's way more than you can say for Russell Westbrook and Paul George for that fact, and OKC. They've been close, but with Durant gone and you replace him with Russell, Carmelo Anthony, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I think they're all junk. I shouldn't say that. They're not all junk. I just don't believe they have what it takes. So, LeBron is in LA, and I don't know if that necessarily means automatically LeBron's going to sign in Los Angeles, but I also see that DeMarcus Cousins is possibly being courted by Los Angeles, and so I'm just trying to think how this all is going to work. Paul George is now out of the picture. He is not coming to Los Angeles. So LeBron is coming to Los Angeles, or possibly, and is he hoping, is he expecting or wishing that Kawhi Leonard is going to be traded to Los Angeles? Think about this. This is what I just don't understand. I heard that somebody says Kawhi, or the Spurs are not in the power position. They're saying Kawhi is in a position of power, and I don't understand how. I don't get how is Kawhi in any position of power? He's the one who sat out last year. He's the one who basically stiff-armed his teammates. When the Spurs doctors cleared Kawhi, he said, no, my doctors haven't cleared me. Which tells you something, because NBA teams, NFL teams, professional sports, more times than not, will have the best doctors, medical staff there can be, that money can buy, because they're billion-dollar entities, and generally they don't want some schmo working on their players. So generally, the professional sports teams will have pretty damn good medical teams. And if they're clearing one of your players, that should make him ready to play. So Kawhi shits on his teammates, shits on the Spurs, and all of a sudden now they're saying he's in a position of power. They're saying the Spurs have to talk to the Lakers. Why? If I'm the Spurs, there's a part of me, just animosity driven alone, that would want to trade him to Charlotte or Atlanta or some junk team just to stiff him. someplace in the East that's not very good. On the flip side, you want obviously to get as much back as humanly possible. There's no way if LeBron signs with the Lakers before anything happens to Kawhi, why in the hell would Popovich ever dream of trading Kawhi to the Lakers? Think about that. Why? That makes zero sense. Why would you weaken your team giving away a top 3 player in the league, top 5, to a conference foe and make them better and weaken your team? There is not enough to get back from the Lakers. Who? I mean, Kyle Kuzma's a nice player. Brandon Ingram, I guess, is a nice player. But you're going to get these guys back and give away a top 3 player in the league or top 5 player in the league and team him with LeBron, the best player in the league? What are people thinking? How is this even a topic? If it happens, I eat crow. That's fine. I've done it before. I have no issue doing it. Common sense, though, says, why is this even a topic? At least Bill Belichick traded Jimmy Garoppolo to a shit team in the NFC. Weakens his team a little bit just by chance if anything happens to Tom Brady in that sense. But he didn't trade him to the Jets. Or he didn't trade him to Jacksonville. Nobody in the AFC. He traded him to the NFC West, the 49ers, who obviously they've got talent. They won their last 6 games with Jimmy G. He has yet to lose. He's going to be a good quarterback, I think. But at least Belichick didn't trade him to a contender. It would be like trading him to whoever got the best free agent in the NFL this year. And being like, here you go. In my conference, I'm going to make it more difficult for me. I'm going to trade away my best player. And I'm going to trade him to somebody who just took on the best NFL free agent. And here you go. It doesn't make sense. If Popovich did something like this, I would wonder if there is collusion going on in the NBA. Obviously, the NBA loves this happening right now because, any press is good press. But something like this is just asinine to even think about. Why would that happen? It just makes zero sense to me. Zero. If it happens, again, I know nothing, I'm an idiot, and that's fine. But common sense says there's no way, there's zero chance in hell that happens. I don't know. So we'll see. Obviously, LeBron is here. We'll check and see what happens with all of that. It's just weird. DeAndre Jordan. I think this is just a funny story. DeAndre Jordan going to the Mavs apparently on a 1-year deal, $24 million. It's just such insane money to think about. It's just unreal. But isn't this funny? He signed with the Mavs an offer sheet, if you remember, back in 2015. And then at that time, backed out of it, left the Mavs literally standing at the altar. He runs off, goes back to the Clippers, and 3 years later, all of a sudden now they're wanting to court again and mix up. To each their own. Have at it. But fool me once, shame on me, right? Fool me twice, suck it. And DeAndre Jordan, if I was Mark Cuban, I would never even talk to him again. There's other people, I don't know. I mean, he's good, but he's 29, and he's not what he used to be. I mean, I guess you match him up with the kid, the Doncic. You got the rookie from last year, Dennis Smith Jr., who's really good. So you got 2 really good guards. You got a low post dude right there, Dirk Nowitzki. How long is that dude going to play? I don't know. I mean, whatever. It's not like the Mavs are going to win the championship next year, so it's not worth talking about too much. But, it's funny. It's just amazing that DeAndre Jordan is even in the crosshairs of the Mavs. After what he did, that's unbelievable. Hold on a sec. I got to plug my laptop in before this thing shits out, too. There we go. So it's just, it's funny. Is it not funny? I think it's funny. Anyway, moving on. Tiger Woods he had an okay day yesterday. Came out hot. Tiger Woods is playing at the Quicken Loans. Can't believe I'm remembering all this. He is playing at the Quicken Loans tournament this weekend, and shot a 65 on Friday to throw him into contention. 5 shots back. Came within 2 shots yesterday of the lead, and then had a pretty average back 9. He, I think, is 7 shots or 5, something like that off the lead. Probably not going to win it. My question with him, though, is he always is talking about, I'm getting closer, and you guys know me, I'm a huge Tiger backer, but how close is close, right? There have been signs of old Tiger, and we all love it. I love it more than anybody, I think. I live and die by every shot when I watch him. But how close is close? I would love the fact for him to come back. I think the U.S. or the British Open is in Carnoustie. I think it's like a month away, something like that. It would be fantastic for him to win the British Open. Or the PGA. I think it's the PGA maybe first. I can't remember. It don't matter. All I want is for Tiger to win. Even a tournament. Not even a major. I would love him to win a major, but a tournament. So he keeps talking about close. I'm close. It's there. Well, there's not a lot of top names this weekend in the Quicken Loans. And granted, I know they're all pros, but this is something that if Tiger is back, Tiger should be dominating. Not dominating, but he's in contention. I guess I, like a lot of people, expect so much because of what he's done. And therefore, that's why it's like, I want him to be back. It's good for golf. Look at the galleries. It's just, it's so good for the game of golf. And granted, I know there's people like my buddy Bob who talk about, if you're a true fan, it doesn't matter if Tiger's in or not, and that's fine. I'm a huge football guy. If Tom Brady, retires and Roethlisberger and blah, 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 the game goes on, right? If you're a true fan, you just watch it because you love it, and I love football, and I'll continue to watch it no matter what. And new guys come up, but who's the next Tiger? There's amazing players. Amazing. Obviously, Spieth and McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, Jason Day, the other guys, Justin Smith, so on. You know what I'm saying. But nobody has shown what Tiger did. So, 15, 20 years ago, it was epic. And that's, selfishly, I would love him to do that again. It's just awesome. So when he says he's close, I'm hoping he's really close because I want to see him win a tournament. I want to see him hoist a trophy and give him that confidence again to just be like, this is it. Now let's go win majors and, keep it going. I do believe he has an opportunity, as long as he plays pain-free, of getting back, of winning majors. He has shown himself to be, shown to be put in contention. It's now stringing it together. That's all I want. I want him to string it together, so I'm stoked about it. Moving on, what do we got left? Like 5 minutes, something like that? Yeah. World Cup, obviously, is going on right now. Not a huge soccer guy, but as of yesterday, Lionel Messi, who plays for Argentina, and Ronaldo, who plays for Portugal, both got beat. They're both out. You can argue Ronaldo had a much better World Cup than Messi did. They both got to the round of 16, albeit such different paths. Ronaldo basically scored all of Portugal's goals, and Messi had a hard time, putting anything really together. But I hate the fact that people will take such a small sample size in this. And granted, yes, it would do amazing things for his legacy, Messi that is, if he were to have won the World Cup. No doubt. But I don't believe this takes much away from his legacy that he didn't win it or he didn't do as well as some people think he should have. Ronaldo did very well in the sense of what he does. He scores, and he scored. They still lost at the same time. And so I don't agree with the narrative that this takes anything away from Messi. There's 11 players on the field, 10, including him. And so I plus him, whatever. So there's other people, just like football. Tom Brady doesn't do it alone. He has a lot of people on his team that are really good. And it helps him to be Tom Brady. Lionel Messi he doesn't have anybody on the Argentinian team. They've said it. The coach is a mess. The team is a mess. So what do you expect? Do you expect Messi to just put it all on his back and win the World Cup with a supporting cast that can't do it? Look at Barry Sanders back in the day. My favorite running back ever. I would argue the greatest player ever. But even Barry couldn't do it alone. Adrian Peterson couldn't do it alone. It's a team sport. This isn't golf. This isn't tennis. You have other players. And for people to take this sample size, one World Cup, and granted, I think he's been to 4 of them. They've never won the World Cup. But look at what he does on Barca. Look at what he's done, in the rest of his career. LeBron is now 3-6 in NBA championships. It doesn't take away the fact that he's, one of the best players to ever play the game. Is he the best ever? No. Is Messi the best ever? I don't know. He is like Barry Sanders to me. He's just so incredible to watch. I just hate the fact that people are literally shitting on him because he didn't win the World Cup and he had an average World Cup. God, give the guy a break. He's pretty good. We're just so quick to shit on people this day and age. It's almost impressive at how people are so quick to be like, oh, Messi, he can't win the big one. He's terrible. It's like, really? The guy's body of work speaks for itself, and he has done incredible things. He is one of the best soccer players to ever play the game. Just be happy with that. Why can't people just accept the fact that that's okay? Have you ever been the best at anything in the world? Or one of the best at anything in the world? Think about it. There's 7 billion people, and he's one of the best in the world at soccer. Tom Brady's one of the best ever at football, which is just only America. Soccer is worldwide. Everybody plays soccer. And Messi's one of the best in the world. Don't shit on the guy. Appreciate the fact that what he can do. It's incredible how good he is. Granted, he doesn't win the World Cup. There's 10 other people on that team who apparently suck, who apparently aren't that good. And so therefore it doesn't build Messi up. He can only build them up so much before they take him down. It's like Randy Moss in Oakland. As good as Randy Moss is, he couldn't make everybody else better. It's just, that's the way it is. It's the way it is. It's amazing. This society is so amazing in shitting on people, even though they're the best. It's just take away. Why? What have you done? What have you done even remotely close to what Messi has done? It's amazing. Anyway, I think I'm out of time. I think I got like 10 seconds left or something like that on this show. End with a bang, baby. In like a lamb, out like a lion. I'm so excited to go to Beach Day with my buddy, my military vets. I see some of you on here. 10 seconds left on Blog Talk. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Alistair Conrath. This is Tough Love, and we're out on Blog Talk. Those of you on Facebook Live, I love you, as always. Thank you so much for joining me. Even though my electronic situation is a little wishy-washy this morning, the phone still works for Facebook Live, and I appreciate you guys so much for joining. Love you. I will see some of you at the beach. I'm so stoked to do this. The rest of you, have a wonderful Sunday fun day. Get out, have a great day, and I will see you next Sunday. Love you guys. Drive fast, take chances. I'm out.